7 years after the last sequel, we have yet another Toy Story movie, unless you count Lightyear, but no one remembers that.
What do you mean no one remembers Lightyear, Space Ranger? It won all the Oscars that year, and even had a gay kiss.
Okay. Yes, everyone remembers Lightyear, everyone loved it, it was super great.
Kill them all, 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 kill them all.
Toy Story 5 was directed by Andrew Stanton and follows the main cast of toy characters you've grown to love over the course of this 5-film franchise, having to grip at the reality that Bonnie now has a tablet, which naturally means there's some serious competition on the way. I was absolutely dreading watching Toy Story 5, gonna be completely real with you. Hate to be a broken record here, but yeah, Toy Story 3 was the most perfect conclusion that there ever could have been for the Toy Story movies. And to add on to that in any way, honestly just removes so much of the weight from that perfect finale. I remember Toy Story 4 not being terrible. I saw it once when it came out, but nothing about that movie justified its own existence in any regard. So when I heard they're making a 5th Toy Story, I was just so fucking done, and I did not want to support this whatsoever, except now I did, because now I do movie reviewing YouTube videos that no one watches. So I sat there in the super packed theater full of screaming small children everywhere, ready to just rip this movie a new asshole, and yeah, it was pretty cute. I think my biggest criticism with this movie is just that exterior baggage and doesn't really have much to do with this movie itself. And I don't think that would be fair to judge and critique the movie just based on my mindset going into the movie that had nothing to do with me watching the movie at all. But I feel like there was something to say here, and this definitely mixed things up a little bit in ways that I enjoyed for the Toy Story franchise. For one, this is Jesse's movie all the way. This movie made me realize just how underutilized Jessie has been throughout this entire series. Because yeah, I've always liked Jessie. Jessie's cool, but just seeing how this movie kind of calls back to her backstory from Toy Story 2 and really adds some emotional weight to her character really made me feel like this was a worthwhile movie just as a film. Does it justify its existence compared to the ending of Toy Story 3? Frankly, not really. But seeing how Jessie does have these abandonment issues because she's gone through various owners over the course of her life, and seeing that fear come to fruition when we do get this tablet character introduced makes for compelling character drama. Something this movie did really well that I didn't really see explored in any of the other Toy Story movies is that Bonnie is actually fully fleshed out and explored as a character in this movie. We really do spend a lot of time with her as a person, and we see just how lonely this child is and how desperately she wants friends. And going into Toy Story 5 knowing the premise was, oh, the kid has a tablet now, and now Toy Story is gonna talk about how tech is ruining kids' lives. But I feel like this had a good balance where there's some of that commentary there, but it kind of fills in some of the more gray areas where, yeah, this is a way that people connect nowadays, and it's a way for kids to make friends. There is, of course, a dark side of that that is definitely explored in this movie, but it isn't one-sided, and I feel like it found that perfect gray area to talk about technology in children. I will say that Buzz and Woody, as well as like the rest of the Toy Story cast, do kind of take more of a back seat this time. I didn't mind that, but if that's something that might disappoint you, then yeah, just keep that in mind going in. I will say Buzz has a pretty cute subplot in the film, though, that I was satisfied with. So while Toy Story 5 is obviously a family film, it's also a comedy. A few of the jokes worked for me in the movie, and even the ones that didn't work for me or didn't make me laugh, I can't say that they were poorly done. Comedy is just so subjective, and yeah, a lot of the movie wasn't that funny to me. Not that I was necessarily annoyed or rolling my eyes at a lot of the humor, it just wasn't quite for me. But yeah, as much as I wanted to honestly give this movie a bad review, and I hate saying that, I don't want to like go into any movie trying to give it a bad review. I just don't want to support Disney sort of like sucking creative integrity out of stories and stretching things thin. I have to say, almost ashamed to admit, I was susceptible to this movie's cuteness, and I was susceptible to its heartwarming moments. It definitely tugged at my heartstrings. There was one bit that really hit close to home for me where Jessie was just talking about like how she can't go through losing another kid again, and I was like, damn, that just got a little too real. And yeah, some tears were shed. We'll just say that. As far as the animation goes, it's fine. It's in line with the other movies. There's nothing super interesting about it stylistically, except for this new stylistic addition that I really enjoyed, where when the toys are actually being played with, it switches animation styles and it kind of envelops you into the imagination of what's going on. It has this nice sort of dreamy looking, almost Spider-Verse inspired type animation style. I thought that was a cool creative touch to this film's direction. So while this movie's not great and it's not something that I necessarily want to watch again, when rewatching the Toy Story movies, I'm probably still just gonna stop at 3 just because like, that's just such a satisfying place to say, all right, time to move on to something else. This movie was a lot better than I expected. It was more unique than I was expecting for a Toy Story movie. I'm gonna give Toy Story 5 a solid 6 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a good one.